Thank you, guys. Peace and black power. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. You look so cute. We're matching, by the way. Kind of. We have
Stripe life.
Sister Noble's on the plane live. Anyway, peace and black power. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Hotep. Jumbo. Ashe. All the greetings of love and light to the darkest minds of the light. You're here with us, tuned in to another stream, another episode of Sister Sipdown. We have our lovely co-host joining us, Sister Noble and Letitia. We are going to have some of the other sisters join in later. We have an excellent show for you today. We are going to feature a strong, beautiful, excuse me, excuse me, I'm getting choked up already. A strong, beautiful, very charitable sister. She is local where I am in Phoenix, Arizona. She has an organization, nonprofit called Hidden Treasures, number 7. Her name is Miss Tina. She goes out, takes her time, feeds the homeless, but she has a very unique story because it's all about food. And without further ado, we're going to bring Miss Tina on. Give her a round of applause. And wait a minute, hold on. What the heck? It's Sister Sit Down. Okay, I forgot. I'm slipping, y'all. I am slipping, but I'm also sipping. Oh shoot, she's sipping on new. Noble.
You're muted.
Hold on, you are muted. I'm sipping on elderberry tea. Delicious, delicious, delightful with ice. Pass it over. Let me pass it over to Sister Noble, because
yes.
Sister Noble, what are you sipping on, please?
I am sipping on some Mucinex today.
Girl, if you don't stop, you're trying to get my show.
I am not going to drink the whole bottle because I do want to wake up in the morning. And that's it.
She's sipping on some scissor. Okay, sis. Okay, I love you. Sip on the Mucinex. And by the way, we do not condone any abuse of Mucinex. The sister's got some issues going on with her, I hope. We're not going to get into that. I'm going to let that go. Letitia, what are you sipping on today?
I am having some infused lemonade tea. It's amazing. Can't wait to get into the conversation.
All right, let's do this. Without further ado, let's bring on our sister, the amazing Miss Tina.
Hello.
Treasures, number 7. Let's give the sister a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Sister Miss Tina. First off, thank you. You know I love you. Thank you for joining Sister Sipdown. Let me just mute everybody. Y'all know I'm struggling over here. Just mute there. So before you get talking about anything, I want you to let us know what you're sipping on, beautiful. I'm going to unmute you.
Okay. I'm sipping on black tea.
Black, what kind of black tea? Just regular black tea?
It's just a with lemon, black tea with lemon. Hot.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so we all sipping on the tea, and we're gonna get to the tea.
Okay.
Listen, sis. I was telling everybody before we brought you on that you have a beautiful story behind your organization. So we're gonna cover all the wonderful work you do out here for the homeless, feeding the homeless with those delectable, delightful home-cooked meals. But before we get into that, I want you to tell them the story about garbanzo beans and how it even sparked you on your mission to do the charity and feed the homeless. Talk to us about how you got sparked into doing this, sis.
And I used to make tamales. I call the tamales Soul Mama tamales.
Start over. You're muted. I'm sorry.
Ready? I used to make these tamales called Soul Mama's tamales. And I used to go to the nightclubs and, sell these tamales and stuff. And I used to make really good money off of them, 2 for $5. So one day I was in my apartment and I used to go and get food boxes. So when I went and got the food boxes and stuff, I was just, just kept stacking up all these cans of garbanzo beans. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to end up using these garbanzo beans for something, but I don't know what. I said, it's the reason I'm holding on to these garbanzo beans. Because I used to just to like to put food in my cabinets and just for decoration, had a little cans of beans, and nobody would ever use the garbanzo beans. They would give them away real quick. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put these garbanzo beans in my cabinet. And one day, God just spoke to me. He said, why are you harboring? Why are you holding these garbanzo beans in this cabinet? He said, as good as you cook. He said, you take them garbanzo beans and start making some stews and taking out there to go feed the homeless. Because I didn't know what my purpose was. And I asked, what am I? He said, take them garbanzo beans, stews. And it's been going on 7 months so now. I've been making stews and
Okay, Miss Tina, you are breaking up. You are borging out. This is such an interesting story already. This is a wonderful story. You're breaking up. So I don't know if it's a position where you are right now. You were sounding perfectly clear, but this is a really interesting story. So if you can still hear me, you froze.
Hold on.
Don't worry about it, sis. All you have to do is go out, remove yourself from the stream, and come right back in. You know where it says remove from the stream? You remove yourself and then you come right back in, and I'll let you back in. So, yeah. Thank you, Benita, for the donation. You didn't have to do that. You know I love you. Thank you. Peace to my beautiful sisters in the chat. I see all of you. I love you all. Benita, Mrs. Graham, Dulcinea. Who else? I saw another sister up. I know I saw Dewana. Sajda. Who else is in here? And of course, to the brothers and the sisters. I don't know if Raphael, I think you're a brother, but anyway, peace to the brothers and the sisters in the chat. Yeah, this sister is wonderful. She's the truth. I hope she comes back in. Here she is. I'm gonna let her back in. Let me hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So we heard you saying that you make the stews.
Yep, I started making these. I said, you know what? I'm gonna open up all these cans of garbanzo beans. I opened all the cans of garbanzo beans, and the same love that I would put into my tamales when I made them for people to enjoy, I put that same love and passion into the cans of garbanzo beans, and I added like meat to them, and I just made them taste real good. And I took them out there, and they loved them. And from there on, it started inspiring me. So people just started, bringing me garbanzo beans and lentil beans. And I just started making stew out of the rice and everything that they started bringing me. And I started off in a Toyota Camry. Wow. And I would take my food in my trunk down there and start feeding. And before any of that even started, it was where they were like sleeping out there, where it was just like they were just didn't have no tents or anything. They were just like sitting up against the wall, against the fence with blankets and boxes. So I said, God, if they just got to be out there, bless them with some tents. And I don't know where the tents, who brought them out there, but all I know is everybody out there got tents now. And they living in tents. And when I go out there and take food, I try to go twice out of the week. So what I do now is I ask for donations, and people give me the donations, and I take the money that they give me from the donations, and I go and buy their plates and forks and spoons, their hygiene products. So anything that I feel that comes to me that God put in my heart for me to take out there, I do. And they call me Mama.
Right, Miss Tina, thank you so much. You reminded me. Do you have a Cash App? What is your donation information so we could get that in the chat so people can know? What is your donation information?
It's Miss Tina's.
Is it all lowercase?
Yes, it's Miss Tina's Matthews 7.
Just MSTINA?
Yeah. Miss Tina's.
No, that's your Cash App.
My Cash App is Miss Tina's and the number 7.
Okay, so it's the $sign
Dollar sign.
MSTINA.
And then the number 7.
Miss
It's
Tina.
apostrophe S. Miss
Oh,
Tina's
that's important.
number 7. And the number 7.
Let me spell it back to you.
Okay.
$MSTINA apostrophe S # 7.
Yes, it's just the number. You don't even have to put the pound sign. It's just the number 7.
Oh, Miss Tina 7.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, see how that looks. Let me put it up on the Summer Jam.
Okay.
Look
Oh,
at the
baby,
screen.
girl, you got it, child. You got it.
Perfect.
That's just how it looked.
Oh, wait, you know what? Peace to you, Nasira. Nasira put up Miss Tina Matthews number 7. Is that it?
No, you don't have to put the Matthews.
Oh, okay. So,
Just,
all right, thank you.
It's like that.
You sent me some footage of the actual site where you go, and I just love you. And I also plan on coming down there with you, most high willing, to help you out. I saw the homeless people there starting to help you.
That's what they do.
Sir, and let me see if I can find that. If you could send it back to me, I want to go in my email and grab that. That was so beautiful. But that was on your Facebook. Did you email? I don't know if I can pull it up.
I think I have it on my my videos.
Send it to me in my email while we talk. Okay. Anyway, so you started going out there feeding the people. Your husband said, "Girl, if you don't make some good food and take it down there," and that's your garbanzo bean story. But I also want people to know your personal. We're going to tie this all together because you have a interesting relationship with food. You're doing the charity, but you had also issues with weight. Talk to the sisters and the brothers out there who, because you're beautiful. You've lost so much weight. You look so sexy.
Thank you.
Your body is so slim. You slimmed down. Tell the people your weight loss journey, how big you were before, what you did, how you motivated yourself. Talk to the people about that, sis.
Okay, when I used to weigh 359 pounds. And I don't know if y'all can see, but I used to have I still have big hips. But I used to always feel like, I was fat because I had wide hips. And I used to always like cover my wear big clothes to cover my bottom half because I felt insecure about my hips. And I had the gastric bypass surgery. I prayed about it before I did it, but I had the gastric bypass surgery. I was fearful before I went in there, but then my pastor let me know everything was going to be okay. So I had the surgery, and I got down to 157 pounds. And I tell you, but after I lost the weight, I would tell you, because I always had a desire, because my sisters are smaller than I am, and I always wanted to be a skinny girl. I always wanted to, it was like I was on the outside. You know how you feel? I feel like I was blind. I feel like I was in this big old bubble, and nobody couldn't see me inside. And I was like, I just want to be small. I want to be able to wear my sister's clothes like myself. I want to be able to go and get some normal, wear regular clothes that I can that fit me. And I always desired to do that. So when I had the surgery, it's been about 10 years now. So I had the surgery, but after I had the surgery, I started having skinny girl problems. And I said, well, you know what? I felt more safer being in that shell, because I was going through I lost a lot of people. They was like treating me different. I said, well, if this is being like this, I'd rather, I was safe where I was, because I got a lot of, it was a lot of hateration going on.
That's what I wanted to say. They started to get jealous of your beautiful, your glow up.
Yeah, and they didn't. And just like I used to go and dance. I used to go and dance when I was heavy. I used to dance, and honey, Beyonce didn't have nothing on me, baby. I'm just gonna say, but I used to go and dance in the mirror, and I used to do all the moves that that a smaller person would do, and I would, honey. But my body on the inside, they didn't see how I was moving because that I was moving from my heart. You know, but then after the weight came off and it started shedding, they started looking. And this one guy told me, he said, you just think you something because you done lost all that weight. Now you just really showing out. I said, no. I said, I was doing this way before I lost the weight. I said, it's just that you didn't see me. I said,
Right.
but you see me. I said, but you see me now. And I just turned on around and went back in the mirror and just went to doing my thing. And then I would be in the mirror, and then they didn't know that I was dancing for exercise. I wasn't dancing trying to entice nobody. I wasn't dancing trying to get nobody in the club. I was going to dance by myself. I didn't need no partner because I had a partner on the inside of me. So I didn't dance with my own little world. And I didn't
Wow.
really pay attention to weight loss until one day when I
You
wasn't seeing what
Borgin.
people were seeing.
Miss Tina, you Borgin, sweetie. This is I love your
No,
story. You starting to Borg out. So I don't know what's happening. You're moving, or if there's a
because I moved. I,
go out and come back in, please. I'm sorry.
okay.
I need to hear
Okay.
everything you're saying. We'll wait for you. It just happens like that with the internet sometimes. I'm sorry, but we're definitely waiting for you. This is a show about you, and it is awesome. I'm gonna try to find those emails. What do you hi there, Dewana, by the way.
I'm gonna go out and then I'm gonna see you.
Sis, Miss Tina, go out and come back in, my love. Dewana, hi, what are you sipping on, beautiful?
Chinese tea.
Ooh, sleepiest tea of all?
Belly
No,
fat weight loss tea.
Oh, it's the weight loss. I don't want to be getting my channel flag for all this hypersensitive cancel culture. No,
Right.
we love Chinese tea, oolong tea. Anyway, your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, this is such a good panel. This woman that we brought on, y'all, she is so beautiful. She has such great energy. Don't you love her? Yes, this sister is the real deal. The real deal. She's out here in Phoenix, Arizona, taking her stuff. I gotta get my email. That's what I gotta do. Taking her food out there, feeding the homeless, and she also mentioned that she's gonna start having brothers who do barbershop. The barbers. She's gonna take them out there so they can cut their hair.
I love it.
I love it.
That's good. That's great.
Isn't it? Speak on it, y'all, while I find this email, please. Please. What do you guys think?
I love
do
people that care about the community.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they doing that over there where y'all in your neck of the woods, ladies? No, I'm sure they are. You just
not. They feed the homeless on the holidays and things of that nature, but I don't know of a nonprofit like hers.
not every day.
No, not in my area. I did see somebody do that on YouTube, but I haven't seen anything around here like that.
Right. Wow, y'all look so beautiful.
Oh,
Damn,
you
all
all
of
do
these
too.
beautiful. I'm saying you, Tina, Letitia, Dewana, Miss Sister Noble with her camera off. Y'all look beautiful.
And Napah.
Listen, thank you. That's what I wanted to say to you, Miss Tina. I was mentioning how you go out there. You go out there. You don't just go out there for the holidays, honey.
No,
Tell
baby.
the family how often you go out there, sissy. Tell them.
Twice out of the week. I try to go out there twice out of the week. And sometimes it's like on a Wednesday. I try to go out there Wednesdays and Sundays. Or however God leads me to go. That's what I do. It's just I can see them on the street. I carry food in my car just in case I'm riding around and I see one standing out there at a circle. I can pull up at a Circle K and somebody there and they're hungry. I'll stop and pop my trunk and I'll fix that. I keeps my plates and my forks and all my equipment in my car. So
Yes.
just in case I run across one that's hungry and I see him, I'll pull over and say, come here, you hungry? I treat them, I talk to them like they my kids. They my
Right.
kids. They
Right.
call me mama. They call me
Right.
mama.
Miss
You know,
Miss Tina.
I don't give them nothing I don't eat.
I was going to say, Miss Tina, you were in my head because I'm gonna say this to clarify. You're not handing out Lunchables and bologna
No,
sandwiches.
baby, I'm cooking.
Talk to
Home
us
cooked.
about some of the dishes you cook so we can start getting hungry. My stomach is
Honey,
already
I'm
growling.
gonna tell you. Let me tell you. I make different casseroles. I make enchilada casseroles. I do barbecue. I take them chicken. Like today, I'm doing some fried carrots. I don't know if y'all ever had them, but if you ever try them, you slice these carrots up like French fries, and you cut up some white onion, and you deep fry the carrots. And I makes this special season, my own little season. I make my own seasonings, and I sprinkle that seasoning on there and stir them onions up in there, and it has such a good aroma to them. And when I cook, I can taste it while I'm cooking it, and while I'm cooking it, my mouth be watering. So if it give me that you know how you gotta have that little in it. When
Yeah.
it get that to me, I know it's gonna do that for them. So I don't accept cooked food donations, because I prefer to cook for them, because I know once they're getting the food from me, it's going to be done out of love.
There you go.
They gonna get what I get. I ain't gonna just because they're homeless don't mean that they're not human, and they don't, these are people. Those are my brothers and my sisters out there. I don't look at them to be,
Yes.
they homeless. They're not animals. They are people. It's vets out there, and they got a heart of gold. Do you hear me? I didn't receive more love from them out there than I do from my blood relatives. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, I receive more love from my homeless, and I don't even want to call them homeless. I call them less fortunate.
Yes.
They just going through a situation. Because like I said, they're gonna be with us always. But you know what? I don't treat them like, they just try. No, they're not, honey. When they tell you God bless you, you just look for it. Just look for the blessing, because they mean it, and they come and they help me. Y'all excuse me.
You're making me want to cry, Tina. Stop. Tina,
It's
I
a
love
whole
you.
nother world. It's a whole nother world over there. Some of them is up all night. The lights stay on. Just imagine, they don't sleep. Some of them don't sleep because the outside is their home. That's their home. And a lot of them say, we really, some of them like staying out there because they didn't found family, but they make you welcome to the family. That's how I call it hidden treasures, because it's treasures in the trash. I want you to know, people, where people think it's treasure, where people think it's trash. You better, honey, it ain't what's on the outside, baby. You better look a little deeper. It's what's on the inside that counts. Because even though they might look a certain way out here, because you can be dressed up, have your be on fleek, have your stuff laid back, but then your heart ain't right. You see what I'm saying? But they look in a certain way on the outside, but then they got this heart that's so gold and so genuine that you just can't. And they so grateful. One time I went out there and it hurted me because I didn't have enough food. And when I ran out of food, I think I had it was just like a little juice left in the pot. One of the guys said, "Well, I'll take that. They just give me the juice. Just let me have the juice." And I never knew why I ate like I did. I have a strange appetite. I eat dip my food. I don't have to have I always eat my dessert first. I don't mind. I can eat my dessert with my food together.
Sound like my
And
daughter.
I always wonder now why my cravings is off the chain. I be craving stuff and not knowing that the cravings that I'm having is for out there. Because I say, well, you know what? I'm gonna give them the taste that I'm tasting right now.
Wow.
And I look at that as being manna. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I look at, being manna from heaven, honey. That's what that be. Because it be a taste that only, oh, if y'all only knew. Yeah, if y'all only knew.
Miss Tina, I'm gonna find out real soon because I'm right here in Tina. But I want to say this: we could hear that you put the love and the respect that goes such a long way. I believe in the spirit and the holistic part of not just medicine, but in food. So let me ask you a question. How late do you stay out there with them when you go out? Like, what's the amount of time you actually spend?
Sometime after I get through, some of them help me load the car back up and everything. So after I get through cleaning up everything, because of what's the pandemic and everything, I don't just, I go and serve the food, and while I'm serving the food, I'll be talking as I'm serving the food. And it's been times that I just go out there and I just hang out there where a lot of them talk to me about what they going through. And I just stand out there and just talk to them. And just one time I just pulled up in my van and just sat there for a while. And one of the guys was talking to me about him going to prison and going to jail. And he said, Mom, if I don't get from out here, they going to give me 10 years. And there was one as a Mexican guy that I adopted as my son. When I first seen him, I saw that he wasn't doing well. But I took him some vitamin C out there. I took him some, and that's what I do. I give him them vitamin D3s, and I say, here, you take this. It's like I try to give them a medical part too, So I talk to them like I'm their mom, like I would my own son, my own daughter. That's how I treat them. And when I come home, they come home with me. I carry them home with me.
In your heart.
In my heart. I carry them in my bosom.
Just like a parent. Let me talk to you about that, Miss Tina, because we can hear it's not just about you feeding the homeless. It's not just about the surface of, yes, they need food, I'll give it to them, I'm done. You've actually put these people into your life, into your heart. And we're going to let you speak on your faith a little bit. But before we get super into your faith, I want to ask you, talk to us about your experience. Did you ever have an experience where you needed somebody and you were down? Talk to us about that. What pushed you to do this kind of, to be so compassionate?
For one, for myself, I'm an ex-drug addict. I'm just gonna tell you, I was on crack cocaine for years, and I tried everything to try to get off of it. I've been clean for 30 years or more. I didn't go. I'm telling you, I went through it. I went through it. I went through it. And this was a time that I didn't know. I didn't know if God really was real or if Jesus was real. I didn't know. I didn't know if they existed. I said, well, I know. So I said, I don't know how I got here. I said, all this stuff got here somehow. I don't know how it got here. I said, but it got here some kind of way. So one day I was just standing outside, and it's like I just shrunk down and turned into a smaller person. And I seen this big old world. And I went into the crack house. And I'm just going to testify about it. I went into the crack house, and this is the first time I heard God's voice speak to me. And the voice told me, the voice spoke to me and said, it was like a whisper. It said, don't you hit that. And I was like, please, I'm going to hit this rock. So I did, and I got stuck. I couldn't even move. I couldn't even move after I got stuck. And all of a sudden it was this little boy. The little boy, the girl's house that I was over, her son, he came and he took me by my arms, and he took me into the living room because I couldn't walk.
How old was
he? He was like 5 years old.
Wow.
And the little boy took me into the living room, and on side of the TV, and he turned the TV on. TBN, the channel 21. I ain't never know nothing about a channel 21 in my life. I ain't never known about no TV preachers or none of that. And on there, I think his name was Shamba. He was pointing, just pointing. It seemed like he was sitting in the living room with me. Preachers or none of that. He was sitting in the living room with me, pointing. And through the TV, he was saying, those of you out there on cocaine. And all of a sudden, I felt something hit me in my heart like this. And it was a feeling. Oh, my God. It was a feeling. And every time I talk about it, because I would never forget that in my life. And it was a feeling in my heart that I never felt. And I went home after I got my child. I went home and I turned my TV on that same channel. And when I turned my TV on that channel, was somebody saying, well, you need to say this prayer and the repentance prayer. So I repeated everything they said. And it just seemed like these scales just fell off my eyes and everything got bright and light and everything. And I looked around and I felt myself come out of darkness. And it was just, I was in light. I was like, I started looking around my house and I was like, what am I living in? What is this? Because I had sheets all on the window. I had cigarette butts in the sink. I had beer cans in the sink. I was like, and I was just walking around in space, like, what was I in? And from that day on, my life started changing. And I started walking and telling everybody, you know, Jesus is real, y'all. God is real. Cause I'm telling you, all I know, I didn't believe at first, but he made a believer out of me personally. And my life had not been the same since. But then because I didn't understand it, I didn't understand what was happening to me, I gravitated back. And I tell you, it got to the point where my life was always almost being taken from me. And I tell you, I dealt with some stuff. And then my older sister came in, you know, she started on it. And it was just a big old thing. And my mom, I've been in so many raids, but God would not allow me to get caught up in any of them. And I went through a situation where I went into a vacant house. And I made that vacant house into my home. Didn't nobody know it was boards on the window. I took them boards off the window and the lights was still on. The refrigerator was still running in there and everything. Me and my baby was 2 years old at the time. Wow. I took me and my son and we lived in that vacant house, you know, and I had my mail coming there, everything. I treated the neighbors like that was just my place. I don't know, you know, so I was there. But then I started turning, you know, it into something different. And I said, no, this is not me. And I said, but then God made a way for me to get out of that place. And before the person came home that apartment belonged to, it was enough time for me to move into my low income at that time. So it was like God was just ordering my steps all the way. So he never left me where I was out there. But then I was trying to understand. I was like, God, I know God is real, because this couldn't have happened. He just been opening doors. Then when I went through the homeless situation out there on the street, I would go to the QT bathrooms and wash up at the QT. I would wash up. People didn't know I was homeless. I would go and wash up at the QT bathrooms, and I still kept my integrity. I would go to the casinos because, you know, the casinos stayed open all night. I'd go up in there and go in the bathrooms and have my little hygiene stuff in my bag. I'd get on the bus line and ride to the end and nod out, and the man would tell me, well, you know, are you okay? You know, if you just want to just ride back, I'll take you back. Sometimes I get off the bus and don't even know where I was. You know, didn't even know where I was. But then it was the homeless people that was helping me out there. They was doing bad. But you know what? I was standing at the bus stop one day, and this lady, the homeless lady, came. She gave me $10. And she told me, she said, well, you know, what I used to do, I would catch the last light rail to the airport, and I would just sleep at the airport. And I said, hey. So I went to the airport and did that. I went to Starbucks and sat down at one of their tables and got me some coffee. They didn't know all they knew was I was laying over waiting on the flight.
Right.
You know. Yeah. So I was able to, and it was for some odd reason, and I know what nobody but God helping me. I sat there and he was showing me right where I can go and sleep and would nobody bother me. Honey, the cleaning people came and seen me laying there. He had the suspicion, but you know, all they did was turn the lights down and let me sleep. And that next day I went into their bathroom at the airport and there was a cleaning lady in there. And she told me about them hiring at the airport. I got it and I went and got dressed in there and I went and applied for that job. And they hired me on at the airport, you know. So I'm telling you, I've been through that, and it was them that was there helping me, you know. But while I was out there, it made me realize a house ain't nothing but somewhere just to go and revamp. It ain't nothing but something to go and for serenity. But other than that, honey, what's happening is out there. It was really is happening is outside. I kid you not. You run into some of the most beautifulest people. You know, like God say, sometimes you have to welcome strangers because some is welcome angels unawares. You know, so we have to welcome strangers. You know,
Right.
just like the experience I had last night. You know, where we in a big old field. I was just doing one thing. I was planning on doing something else, but God had other plans. I ended up in the field with somebody selling, you know, hats and stuff. And it turned out to be, we started having church in the field. And then this guy, he was a drug addict. Him and his girl came. He said, you know, I used to be a worship leader. And I was playing my church music, and they be like, oh, I used to be a worship leader, and we was crying out there. We was out there for 4 hours crying out there. And then this other lady said, she said, you know, I don't even know why I even pulled up there. I was like, okay, I was going for one, but when I pulled up, the lady and God said, I had this royal blue dress, and I had been having this dress hanging up in my closet. I said, where I'm gonna wear this somewhere, I don't know where. I said, but no, this dress is for somebody. I said, but I don't know who it's for. But God said, take this dress with you. I put it in the car. I pulled up at that spot last night, and then he said, look, I said, I know I'm here for a reason that I said, I don't know what it is. And I said, God, so I got out of my car, but just like fiddling around, washing stuff down. So the lady that was in the van, she said, I looked at her, I said, that's who that dress is for. So when I took her the dress, she cried. She said, you know what? She said, because she had stopped, you know, involving herself and going to church. She said, you know, I used to be a missionary, and I met her, and it was like we've been knowing each other forever. And she said, by you giving me this dress was like God's letting me know that he's still here, that he's still with me. And we shared numbers, and I've been asking and praying for a mobile food truck. I got journals that I write. And I've been praying and asking God for a mobile food truck so I can take the mobile food truck instead of doing it in my van. I'm going to pull up out there in the shelter with a mobile food truck where it'll have all the hygiene products there. So all they have to do is come up to the window and I serve them out of that mobile food truck. You know, so it's something for them, you know, because I when I go out there, I build a kitchen. I put the centerpiece on the table with a tablecloth, and I set it up like this. I'm setting it up in my kitchen. I share my kitchen with them. You know, I got in the garage, I got a space where, okay, this is where their canned goods is gonna go. I got a refrigerator outside where the food that I get for them goes out there in the refrigerator. The food that's for the house comes in here. But I share my kitchen with them because I was like, they going and getting food boxes and stuff. Well, what they gonna do with a food box? They can't cook no hot food. They can't. What they need home, so they need to know that somebody care. They need to feel mama. You know, they need to feel mama's love. And sometimes that's all they need is just that. And I talk to them, and like some of them come to me and say, "Mom," and they protect me. They are so mannerable. They protect me out there. They don't let that's mama. Y'all don't be cussing in front of mama. That's mama. Y'all I'm telling you, this like my sons. I got one son. My baby 36 years old. But God gave me a
Wow, you kind of broke up. You're breaking up.
Oh, yeah, they call me mom.
First off, you don't look a day over 40. But okay, don't be telling people all your beauty secrets right now. But I want to ask you a question about some serious questions because I would be remiss to not even mention the I don't like to say the C word because YouTube is hypersensitive, but I'm going to say the pandemic. What's going on in that aspect out there, and how are you taking precautions to protect Mama, to protect yourself?
Good
You know
question.
what? I'm gonna tell y'all. Before I go, I don't go unless I'm led, unless God leads me to go. I pray before I go. Because it's like a mission. It's like a. So what I do, I pray before I go out there. I don't just pull up out there. I'll wait until I get the unction, and I pray. It's like, I'm a firm believer. I believe in the Holy Ghost, and I don't go. Once I get that unction, I go out there. And I take I keep gloves, I keep sanitizer. I even have little trial size sanitizers that I take out there for them. And I keep a bottle of bleach and towels, and after they be behind the table. And I even have takes masks out there. When I have masks, I take masks. Here, y'all get one of these masks. I believe you me. I be takes masks. When I have masks, I take masks. Here, y'all get one of these masks. Yeah. Believe you me.
Okay, one second, Miss Tina. Okay, we're getting some interference here. I don't know. I know you, Dewana. I love you, sis. I know you're struggling over there with your tech right now, and also, Sister Noble. I guess there's some hailstorm or some storms going on over there in your area, or no? Dewana, sis, can you hear me?
I don't think she can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's not me because I'm on mute.
Oh, okay. No, are you having storms? Because I saw you saying that you couldn't get in earlier, like it kept kicking you out. Are you having some storms over there too, like Sister Noble said? Oh, you guys are having storms? See, we're in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's like sunshine outside right now. I'm not trying to make it in our face.
Rub it in our face.
I'm in Cali. It's beautiful outside right now.
I'm not trying to rub it in your face. I'm just saying, come out here. Miss Tina, I want the ladies to be able to ask you some questions.
Go right. Anything you want to ask, feel free.
Yeah, y'all.
Has anything ever happened that frightened you while you were out there doing this?
One day, yes, it did. I ain't gonna even say it didn't. One day, the one that I call my son. He gets when he gets angry, but with people out there sometime, and he's very overprotective of me. So out there, and he had this big old machete, and he was walking around with it, and I was like, I said, so I just within myself, I just started praying, and then I told him, and I just started asking. I said, did you eat? I said, you come on over here and get you something to eat. I just ignored that it was even there. I said, come on, because that right there was like, the stuff you see on, So I said, boy, come get you something to eat. I said, you hungry? Come, have you ate? And he was just like, oh, mama, his nose was not my mama. No. I said, and he laid the machete down on the table. I just played like I didn't even see it, because how God said, walk by faith and not by sight. So I said, you know what? I don't even see that. I'm just going, because he's just going through a thing. So I told him, I said, and then I told him, I said, you know what? Go put that machete up. I said, because you know how these policemen is out here. I said, they thinking you out here finna hurt somebody, they been and shot you down, boy. Go put that thing up somewhere. And he pulled him one side of his pants up and he went and put it up. And he said, oh, Mama, I want to show you where I be so you'll know where I be. He said, then I was able to get him calmed down. Then he just started helping me put up my thing. And I said, go grab that ice chest. Just put the ice chest in there for me. I tell him how to put stuff up. Before the day was over with, he was calm and he said, well, Mama, they giving me I'm gonna get my apartment real soon, Mom. They just need me to get my Social Security. I said, well, had to go down there to the Vital Records. He said his birth certificate. Go down there to the Vital Records and get. I said, yeah, I got the money, Mom. He pulled a little water money. I got the money to do. I said, well, go on down there and get your ID, get your stuff so you can get from out here. I said, just go on right down there and do that. I said, go, I ain't playing, son. Go take care of that business. Okay, Ma. And I love you. And I talked to him like I talked to my own son. And then before I left, he had went and put the machete up and went on. So he don't let he's so overprotective of me. He don't let them run over me out there because he know people out there and he know how some of them can be. But there's some of them some of them have behavioral health problems too. It's a lot of them that have mental issues and they come out there and they be, but I don't look at that. I look past that because I ask God help me to see the good and not the bad. You know, I look past that. I say, you know what, they dealing with a situation. So I just look past that and try to, like I said, hidden treasures. That's where hidden treasures come from. Because even though they act in a certain way on the outside, I'm digging for the gold. I'm looking for the treasures. And that's what's that's in their heart. That's what's on the inside. So that's how I deal. I deal with the person on the inside. So I don't deal with them according to how they look, and sometimes I don't even pay attention to it. I listen with my ear and hear what's coming out of their mouth, you know, because sometimes you can be looking at what's going on out here, and it'll distract you from what you know. You got to hear. You got to listen with your voice, hear the voice, and that's what I listen for. Like God say, my sheep know my voice. And the stranger, they ain't gonna follow. So that's what. Ever since I had that encounter over at that house, I heard God's voice for the first time. That's what I listen for, and it's been carrying, and it got me to the point where I'm at right now.
That's amazing. So do you have a favorite dish that you make?
Tamales and tacos. I call them soul mama tamales. And when you call them soul mama tamales, I said because it's the mama with a sister twist. It's a tamale with the sister twist. You know, time I serve them, you know, the masa is red.
Wait, Miss Tina, excuse me, Miss Tina, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I want you to go out and come back in because I'm gonna do that thing you said about the soul Mexican food, the tamale, the tamal or the tamales with the greens. I want you to go out and come back in because you're breaking up. We can't hear you that well. Okay. Come right back in. Thank you so much, sis. Wow. She's just gold. I love her. Her story is amazing. You know, usually we bring, I love our guests because they come on and they really just start sharing. Sister Noble was one of those people at the time too. You were. And so was the one I think. Were you a guest? No, you never were a guest. But I love how the guests just flow. And we still got to put in some work, though, y'all. Y'all got to jump in and ask some questions. No, I love the question, too. Miss Tina, talk to us. Do you have any cookbooks or anything that you're doing? And also, I need you to, oh, you don't like to share your cooking secrets. Sis, I also need you to put your Facebook information out there so the family can go see what you do. Tell the moms what your Facebook is. What is your Facebook?
It's Tina Matthews with 2 T's. It's just Tina Matthews with 2 T's. Yeah,
Okay,
so
Kitty.
I'll be making, and sometime I make up the trays. You know, sometimes I make up the trays and pre-make them up and take them out there. But I like it better being able to have that home setting, so that they can get a feel of some being at home, being in the warmth. You know, so I just go and set my table up, and I just have them. Some of them come and help me. So that's how I prefer to do it. Just
Wow.
setting up the table instead of, you know, making trades. You know, I don't, and then I make sure to help anybody that go out there and help me. You have to have a heart for the homeless. If you ain't got no heart for them, and I know you finna go out there and you frowning up at them and stuff, I don't need you to be there, because I don't even want you serving the food. I don't even want you helping me serve the food, because, and if you coming out there with judgment and judging and looking, you just stay on back, because you ain't gonna mistreat them. And if I see somebody at a store mistreating one of them, and you know what, I did a thing while I'm out there that's why I do this. I ask for donations, and while I'm out there asking for donations, you get some of the men. Oh my God! I said, if this is the way that they feel, this it hurts. It hurts so bad, the way that the person that, you know, treat a person that's asking for help. It just hurt when I say, you know,
How did
because
they
it's
do?
been times I had to ask for help. It's been times that I was about out of gas, and I'll pull up in the gas station and ask, you know. So I'm not ashamed of that, you know, and because that's what God say, to ask and you shall receive, and that's what I do. So I said, you know what, to eliminate them from getting all this negativity towards them, I said, I'm gonna ask for donations. I'm gonna go ask for the donations. So I
Wow.
go and sit in my chair with my little. Sometimes I have my tambourine. Sometimes I have my little bell, and I have my gospel music playing with my van doors open. And sometimes I got some jewelry and stuff, like paparazzi jewelry that I'm starting to do. But instead of me selling the jewelry, what I do is I have the jewelry set up like I'm fit to sell it, but I have a little bucket that I have sitting down, and I said, well, you know, just give me a $5 donation, and you put anything you want on this table. You welcome to it. I said, all I'm asking for is a $5 donation, and this is what it's for. It's to help me to be able to continue to feed the homeless, to be able to buy their condiments, their hygiene stuff. I go to the Dollar Tree and load up. And sometimes when I get the money and I don't have time to cook for that day, if I see one of them out there, they come and say, you got some change, I can go in that bucket and say, here you go. Go get you a hamburger. You know, go and get you something cold to drink. You know, and like I freeze bottles of water, and I keep them in my van. I said, every time I leave my house, I leave with them in mind. Oh, I better put some bottled waters in here. I said, because I think about myself and say, you know what, I put myself in their shoe. Now, I know if I was living out in the tent, this is how I would live. I didn't live in five bedroom house, where I said, you know what, just give me, I moved out into the little garage. It was just like a little garage area. And I made that garage, I turned that garage into an apartment, baby, and couldn't nobody tell me it wasn't just that little spot. All I needed was that little space. And I never could understand why I liked the little spaces like that, and honey, I can turn a project into a mansion. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I make it look like I live in Scottsdale. It ain't where you live. It's how
Scottsdale
you
is
live.
the Beverly Hills of the
There you go.
metropolitan Phoenix
It
area.
ain't. Yeah, it ain't where you live. It's how you live, where you live.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
I want to
that
ask you this, Miss Tina. That you're beautiful. I love. This is a great testimony. Very powerful message you're sending. I'm so happy you came on and let me interview you and let you share your story. Let people get to know more about you. Start
yeah.
connecting with you. I want to say that I did drop the link in the chat. So y'all, if you want to get the link, come in and talk to the sister, ask her some questions, just be very respectful. Of course, I know you will. Do that. And I want to say peace to my sister Shadah. You know I love you. I was waiting for you to come on. I sent you the
Mhm.
link. So anyway, y'all, hit the link, come in and talk to the sister. We're not gonna this show, we have a good hour in. This is beautiful. While we wait for people, if they want to join and hit the link and come in and ask you questions, I want to get back to you and your glow up. Because your skin is flawless. You're
It
beautiful.
really is. Her, you talking about her right here in the corner?
I'm talking about you.
Oh, I'm looking at her. She got what's up? This one right here, the one with the
Joanna?
dreads, that the music
Oh,
next lady.
Miss Sister Noble. Yes,
The
all of
sister
y'all
Nova.
look gorgeous. She's
She just
beautiful.
glowing. She lit up like a light bulb.
No,
Thank you.
yes,
Thank
Sister
you.
Noble is
Thank
very
you.
beautiful. I love, yeah, she said,
And her, she got such a beautiful smile. And you know, and that's what I do. I look at, you know, we supposed to encourage one another. You know,
right.
you understand what I'm saying? We if you see another sister, she got it going on, tell her. Don't just stare down and be looking like you say what's on you. Just say, you know what, girl, you wearing them jeans. Oh girl, you better go. And that's what I do. And
Come on.
you know how God said,
Me too.
give and you shall receive. He ain't just talking about money. Sometimes you gotta give some to get some. If you want to smile, smile back. You know, if you want somebody, you give what you want. Give what you want. And that's what I look at it. So you need a compliment, give some compliments. It might not come back from the same person you give it to, but believe you me, it do come back. It do come back to you. I kid
Right.
you not, and I look at us as human man. We're human mannequins. We learn. You understand? You know how you can go to the store and see them mannequins in the window, and they have on these different clothes. You all you gotta do is look at your sister and say, you know what? Now see, I can work. So she built like me. Yeah. She got them kind of hips like I got. Oh yeah, she got that kind of waistline. So I see some ladies, and I never know how I look from behind. So until one day I seen one lady, and she was built like me, and she was turning it with her back turned. I said, now I know how I look from the back. And she just
And you have a tiny waist. Let me tell you, y'all. She's working with that southern charm, if you want to say, and I don't mean the debutantes. I mean like those full meat and potato packages. So
yeah,
yeah, I knew you were Joanna. Yes, like Joanna. Yeah, sister Miss Tina,
Tina,
our sister, is
yeah,
beautiful from the inside out. I love your story that you talk about when you go back and talk about your struggle and what you've
yeah,
become. You're so successful as a person, spiritually, physically, and of course, you are building your nonprofit organization. So we want to keep
yeah.
on putting that information out, y'all. Somebody's in
And
here.
then I must add, not to be just trying to put my business out there. I'm transparent, and I try to be as honest as possible. I've been married. You know, I'm a divorcee 5 times, and I'm 54 years old.
Okay, girl, that's a whole nother show.
I'm trying to tell you. So I know that there is a God. Do you understand? I should be in somewhere in a straitjacket. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So
I'm hearing you. I get your.
you
I know.
know
Miss
how that
Tina,
time
Tina, I know. You come.
hmm,
You come from
y'all
a
don't
very
know the half of it. I'm just gonna
wow,
tell you.
wow, wow. Well, you know what? Bless you. And listen, I don't know. We don't want to go too far into the waters about relationships.
Right,
And we want
right.
to
So
keep
I've
this
been
about
all
you.
up and down through there. So,
But I will bring you back on to talk about relationships. I'm getting twisted. But right now we're talking about you and your organization, Hidden Treasures #7 in Phoenix,
yeah.
Arizona, led nonprofit organization led by Miss Tina Matthews. Hello, brother Tahuti. How are you?
Peace, peace, peace to the queens in the room. Everyone's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you, brother.
Thank
What
you.
question did you have? What question do you have for the queen, Miss
Okay.
Tina?
Yes, yes. So I was listening earlier. You was talking about how you was incorporating greens, in your Mexican
Ooh.
food. I want to hear
It
more
ain't, no,
about
don't
that.
call it Mexican, baby. Don't call it Mexican food.
Okay, what you want me to call it?
It's a Somali.
Okay,
See,
You understand what
Somali.
I'm saying?
still in that
It's a
idea.
Yes.
tamale indeed. It's a tamale indeed. But it's a tamale
Okay.
with a sister twist. So it's not Mexican.
Yes.
Mexican it's a whole nother thing. It ain't got nothing to do with Mexican. It's a soul to because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm a black woman. That's why I call it Somali.
Yes. I love
Because
that.
I'm a black woman making tamales.
Okay. I would
And
like to
that's
hear
why I
about
said
more
it's
how
a
you
tamale with a
incorporate.
sister twist.
Okay, I love that. I just want to hear
Mhm.
more about how you incorporate soul food and with your cooking and everything. So, do you have any more ways that you incorporate soul food with that?
Well, with the greens, I put a side of greens on the side with the tamale because the tamale has you know how cornbread tastes, right?
Yeah.
So masa is made from corn, like a
Okay.
cornmeal. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
buy already prepared masa. I build my masa up from the corn, the flour. I build it up
Mm.
from there and add my own seasonings to it. So once
Mm.
you get the greens, so with the greens and just think of eating greens and cornbread.
Okay.
And then just
Wow.
think that the shredded beef that you put into the tamale, just think on your plate, cornbread, pot roast, and then you add some greens to that.
Yeah.
Greens, cornbread, and pot roast. You understand?
Mm.
And then
Mm.
you can get
Mm.
you some carrots, some caramelized carrots, just for the color.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Or either some candy yams.
Okay.
All that going together. And then you get you some trapeze peppers. You know
Mm.
how they
Mm.
shake that
Mm.
vinegar and trapeze peppers on them greens? You
Yeah.
mix all that up with your somali. Because
Okay.
the masa is gonna be your cornbread. So that juice
Mm.
going from the greens from the pot roast and the peppers and all that blended in together.
Yeah.
That's why I call it a soul molly. It's a
Wow.
tamale with a sister twist. That's
Very
what it is.
impressive.
Hmm.
Very impressive.
And them plate, and
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you, it's awesome. And the where I got the name soul tamales from is because my mom makes them, my sister makes them, my aunt
Wow.
made them. So with all of us being together and we're all being black, I said, well, you know what? They call soul mollies. Soul
Yes.
mama tamale.
I
Soul
love
mama's
it. I
tamale.
love it.
That's why I call it soul
Powerful.
mama's tamales, because it's all three of us are soul sisters
Yes, you are.
making tamales.
That sounds
I heard
delicious.
that.
Yep. So
So,
that's where that came from.
brother, you have any other questions for her? Because she's up here making me hungry. I'm really into this.
I
And
know,
I'm in the
right?
kitchen now.
What are you cooking right now, Miss Tina?
Right now, I'm taking some ramen noodles and I'm gonna add some fried chicken wings to it. And
Mm.
I'm gonna add my seasoning to it, and then I'm gonna put some cheese in there and make like a casserole. So that
What
way,
type of cheese?
yep, I'm gonna make like a casserole. And
What
then
type of cheese?
I'm gonna fry some carrots with some onions, some sauteed onions. So you fry
Okay.
the carrots. You fry them like French fries. You can deep
What?
fry carrots. I promise you.
Wow.
You deep
That
fry
sounds
the
good.
carrots with some onions. And oh my, and add your seasoning to there because I make my own seasoning. Let me show y'all. See, I make my own seasonings. You know,
Wow.
I mix my, and all you
Oh,
gotta
that's
do. And
amazing.
sometimes I do loaded potatoes. Sometimes I just get some bags of potatoes, and I take them loaded potatoes out there, where I can just cut the potato in half and put the filling in there. Then I shake some of my seasoning on there, honey, and get them some ranch dressing.
Yes.
And hey, even the lettuce, even when I take salad, the lettuce is seasoned. It ain't just no
Wow.
bland lettuce. You understand what I'm
Dang.
telling you? And then
Yes.
you can take these carrots, like I got these carrots right here. I'm gonna do
Uh-huh.
these. You can take these carrots and fry them up. But I fry them in olive oil. You fry these
Ooh.
carrots up with the onions, and you know that smell of onions being fried. So
Mm-hmm.
you put your lettuce, put some shredded lettuce on the plate first. Then after you get through frying your carrots and your onions, you put that on top of the lettuce and and it be so pretty. And if you want to, you can shake you some hot sauce on there. You can put some Parmesan cheese on there. You can put you some ranch dressing on there. And oh, you talking about good? It'd be off the chain. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm just gonna
I
tell
can
you.
imagine. I can
Because
imagine it
I
now.
enjoy my own cooking. So if I enjoy it, I know they're gonna enjoy it. So I don't give them nothing that I don't give myself. So if it tastes good to me, I know it's gonna taste good to them. And I don't believe in cooking with attitudes and stuff. I got to feel it in my heart. You know,
Yes. Very
I
important.
got to feel it in my heart. If I don't even like to. And then when I cook, I don't like to cook unless everything in the kitchen is organized. It got to be a certain way. I can't, and it got the right music got to be on. The atmosphere got to be right. You see,
Yes.
the atmosphere got to be right.
Talk to us about the music, because I know you like to dance, but don't you also sing?
Yeah.
Wow, you're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You sing while you're
I
cooking?
sing, I dance, I organize. Huh?
Do you sing and dance while you cook?
I didn't. You was breaking up, hon. I didn't hear you.
Do you sing and dance while you cook?
Do I sing what, hon?
Something's wrong with your sound, Napah.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Everybody mute out but Nepal and the guest.
The mute out.
Not you, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. Can you hear me okay now, guys?
Maybe because I moved it. Okay.
Because you're cooking, I'm gonna be letting you go really close to the stream down soon. But I was asking, do you sing and dance while you prepare your meals?
I used to. I when I went to the clubs, I used to do it. You know, I used to be out there dancing while I'm selling my tamales and stuff. Yeah, I used to. Yeah, while I'm selling the tamales, I have my old school playing, and I'll be out there dancing and playing my music, and people just come to, hey, Molly Mama. They call me. They was calling me Molly Mama.
Well, Miss Tina, thank you for joining the panel, brother. Is there anything else you want to say before I let you? I'm about to close the stream down. Oh shoot, you muted.
Beautiful cooking. I just want to say I thought those were some beautiful cooking ideas. I felt like I could taste them as you were describing them. I can't wait to try some of that stuff myself.
And it's
So,
just like that. Like they said, it's like that, and that's the way it is.
I'm about to eat something. But tonight, Sonetta, real quick, thank you, Tahuti. I'm gonna you can see your stuff. Thank you for joining us for the Peace and Black Power. Peace and Black Power. Yeah, tonight, Sonetta did have the debate with Jabari and Shadah scheduled, but I don't think it's gonna take place. I got a call from him. I'm not sure, but unofficially you're hearing from me. It may not take place tonight. He'll give you guys the details later if he goes live. Or maybe it will take place, but at this point, I don't think it's taking place. Anyway, back to what we're doing here. I want to thank sisters, anybody, Sister Noble. you know, and Dewana, anybody, you guys want to ask any questions before we close out? Please, always feel free to jump in and ask any questions you want before we close out, or during the stream. You guys
I just want to know that she have any T-shirts made with Molly Mama on it.
Oh, that's
No,
great.
and you
Good
know what? I'm gonna tell
question.
you, I don't know how to. I'm gonna tell y'all. You know, I wanted to get, you know, like do like the nonprofit organizations, but I don't know that part of it. So I just do it how I do, and it, you know, because I don't know that part of it, you know. But all of that, you know, I guess it comes with time, you know. But I never had that.
You need to do it because that's something we can work on, or that you can work on. I want to, you know, like I said, I'm going to contact you offline, see what I can
Okay.
do, because I got to be a part of this. It's so beautiful. It's not
Yes,
just
it is, and it's good seed. You sowing good. And I tell the people when I get the donation, I tell them, I said, you know, when you give me your seed to take out there and sow it, I said you're sowing seed on good soil. It's good soil. It ain't just, I'm telling you, I said, even though you're not physically going out there with me, by you giving me this seed right here, and I go out there and sow it, it's like you're a part of it. I said, because this gonna buy this. I said, if it's $2, that's gonna buy a bag of potatoes or something. I said, so that's like you're sowing that seed. That's like, so you're just not physically taking it, but by you sending it to me through this monetary way, it's still being sown, you know. So they'd be so glad to do it, and that's what I'd be so happy about.
right. I wanted to ask you. I'm glad I thought about this before I let you go. What about the local organizations who are already working, doing some? You know, we got Take This to Vincent DePaul. You know, what about them? Are you collaborating with them at all? Are they working with you in your endeavors and in your mission?
You know, when I first started, I'm gonna tell you, when I first started going out there, the police used to come and start saying stuff to me, but they have gotten used to me being there, so they stopped running. I just went to them and
better.
told them, you know, I've been coming out here for this amount of time. And he said, okay, well, go ahead, just make sure you know, don't be out here too long. So now when they come through there and see me, they don't bother me because they used to seeing me out there. They don't bother me. They just let me go ahead and do it.
I was wondering about that. They could have easily someone who isn't as zealous and isn't as steadfast in it could have easily been turned away, but you stayed with it. So I love you so
Yeah.
much, Tina. Miss Tina,
Thank you.
I am so
Thank
happy.
you.
We're gonna. I'll send you the link. You share this
Okay.
video, share this
Okay.
stream.
Okay.
Family, keep sharing her Facebook. I don't know if they did already,
Oh
but
yes, Tina Matthews.
Tina Matthews. I actually wanted to get the Facebook link, a link to your actual Facebook. Before I go, let me look at. Did you send Did you send
The video.
my email TSELA? Do you have that one?
TSE. No, I think I do. I think I have it.
Right now, send me a link. That one. Send me the one where you were serving to them. Send it to me
Okay.
right now. I'll close
Hold
up
on.
with this because I don't know what email you sent it to. You know?
Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Oh, here it is. I got it. Anyway, I got it. Let me see if I can screen share this because I want them to see, and also I think this is also the link to your Facebook. But let me share this real quick.
She got kicked out.
Okay, I'm gonna let her back in. Just a second. All right, got that. And now let me go back in and let her in. Okay. You can see my email, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Glow up pics. Yeah, you guys both, you look beautiful, so I shared that. That's beautiful. That's not the video. Did you guys see that picture? No?
I can't see. I can't see anything.
Let me go back. That wasn't it. That was a picture that you sent me though. What email did you send it to?
I sent it to your to that email you sent me. That link you sent me. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find it on my phone. Let me look. You want me to go out and find it on my phone?
No, I have it, but I only have pictures of you.
No, it's look on your messaging. Look on your messaging.
Oh, wait a minute. I got something I want people to look at though. This is a picture, but I want you guys to see the food. Let me let Joanna back in. 1 second. Did you send it to TSELAPETISRAEL@gmail?
You know what? I'm not sure. I can't, girl. I can't even remember which one it was. I don't know if it was your email. I mean, I don't know if it was your. That's one.
Yeah,
That's the one I sent it to. Wherever you getting this one from.
This is from that's from my email. What is this dish that we're looking at?
That's menudo. I make menudo too.
Oh wow! Tell the people what menudo is if they don't know. Or you want
What
me to do it?
menudo is harmony. It's harmony corn with beef tripe. It has beef tripe. You make it like a gumbo. I make it soul food style though, because I use the harmony corn. I use the beef tripe, but then I give it a soul food flavor. So it's like gumbo. I make it up like a gumbo. I put chicken in there. Sometimes I put shrimp in there. I make it like a gumbo.
Wow,
And I take and that's what I serve during the winter months because it'd be cold out there. So I take the gumbo out there during the winter months.
Wow, that sounds delicious. What email did you send it from, Tina? Because I don't see it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go out so I can find it. And let me go to my videos.
Yeah, or you could just send it again. Send me a video that one of you serving outside. Just quickly send it because I want to close out with that. I really want the family to see. Yes, it's Mexican food, Mexican soup, Miss French twist. I love doing a French twist in my hair. So how did you guys like? I mean, sisters, am I the only one who's hungry now? I'm serious.
I need some food.
I'm taking more.
I'm gonna go eat some junk food. I'm hungry for some junk food.
Right.
I need some mashed potatoes or something.
Ooh.
I didn't eat all day though, but she's so wonderful. She froze. She'll be back. I'm gonna remove her so she can come right back. Yeah, I wanted to get the video of her and get her Facebook. I think she might have sent it. Let me try one more thing. Because she's awesome. Rossi music. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, did you guys share? Did anybody share her Facebook? I know she said it's Tina Matthews, but that might be 1,000 people on Facebook. There we go. I'm hungry. Miss French Twist, I'm not hungry. I'm hungry too. See, there's a difference. Anyway, let me see if she came back so I'll close out. I can't find the video, but if you can hear me out there, Miss Tina, please hit the link and come back in. Anyway, y'all, let's close out while we wait for her to come back. Thank you, everyone, for joining. You know, it's much love. This was an excellent stream. We may not have had the bigger audience that we usually get, but this was so top-notch quality. Make sure you check the sister out. Look her up on Facebook. Donate to her cause. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody out there putting her cash app in. Thank you, family, for staying with us, listening to her. I'm going to hand it over to Sister Noble so she can close out. Let people know where to find her, what she's doing. And I will hold on.
I just saw something.
Wait, this just in, we have the guest back. Hold that thought, Sister Nova. I'm gonna get back with you, sis. You can close out first. Okay, so you sent me something right now.
Yeah, I sent something to that Tesla T. It start with a T something.
Yeah.
I sent it to your Gmail.
Okay, sis. I'm looking it up right now. And here, yep, I see it. I think we got it. We're cooking with, as my mom said, we're cooking with grease now.
Hold on, I got another one.
Okay, let's try this again. Because for me, it was so moving to see the homeless people helping her help them. I loved that, but I can't find the video. Oh, Napah. Now she sent me something, but it doesn't have anything. This is the beauty of live. Nothing's here. If you guys don't believe me, do you see? It's blank.
It just keeps showing us over and over again.
Because you guys are beautiful. That's why. Shalom. Yeah, and donate to NapahShadah. That's right. Donate to anybody that's on the anybody. Drop your cash app, ladies.
Max Bird normally is on this.
But
He must not be here today.
What you say?
I said Max Bird must not be here today.
Oh, Max, yeah. Shout out to Max Bird and all the lovely sisters and brothers who helped me out and helped Sonetta out. Shout out to the Kingdom Consciousness, Sonetta. I was gonna say, especially donate to Miss Tina. She's doing this all on her own. She doesn't get any type of federal funding, nothing like that. It's all out of pocket. That's another part that's so amazing. Did you come back, sis? Are you in the back? Oh, she's back there, and I'm just
Here. I'm here.
Okay. Tina, Miss Tina.
Uh-huh.
I didn't. Did you send me something else?
Yeah, I sent them. It should be 3 of them.
But it's blank. It's blank, sis. There's nothing in the. Nothing's in it.
Oh wow.
It's nothing in there, but it's just a blank email.
Hold on. Let me try it again.
Okay. Yeah, we will do this. Because maybe when you got, I don't know. I think this is, like I said, if it's your Facebook. Hold on, I got it. I got something here. Let's see. Is this her? Okay, this is her singing. She's so cute. That's her singing. Let me get. Now I know where it is. Here it is. Send me anything good for your story. This is her, I think, right here. Oh, I found it. I got it. I got it. Give me a minute. Okay, y'all. The one I'm letting you back in. I got it. So I'm gonna share this. Okay. Share. This should be it right here. All right. Okay. This is it. So can you see it now, you guys?
Yes.
You see the green and the people standing up there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna play this video.
Hi, my name is Miss Tina, and I'm out here at the homeless shelter, and we're feeding. I'm just asking for
You hear it?
Yes.
Thank you, Leticia. Thank you, guys.
donations. So if you ever see me, hold on. It's my little young son there. That's why I call him my son. As you all can see, this is how we do out here. Just line up here, and I set my table up here so y'all know. Then they help me while I'm out here. So I'm doing this footage, so it's gonna be on the news so that we can get donations and stuff. So this is what happens when you give your donations. This is what you're contributing to. And I just want to say say thank you and for all y'all donations. So if y'all ever see this sign and I'm asking for donations, that's what it's for. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just get your forks and stuff, and there's forks right there. And that's my little helper. He's out here too, so he lives out here.
Always leaving guys,
Yep, he will. All the time. Thank you. Y'all can see. And then this down here. And we got more help coming. This from Fedora Legal Services. They're coming, bringing more food. Yes, baby. Uh-oh, we're dropping cups and stuff.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah, just make sure you I'll put some salad on there. Put them some salad. And that's what the flakes is looking like. You slice that potato in half.
Join on there, Mom.
You don't know what you're missing, baby. You don't know what you're missing, sweetie.
Great plate.
Okay. Put it right here on this end. Okay. And we got chicken. They just brought more chicken and stuff. Thank you so much. Here, you can just set this right there. Here, just so he got some chicken right there. There we go. We're gonna put this sandwich in there just in case somebody don't wanted a sandwich. Stay right there on the side. Oh, we got cake. Oh, they having a feast up out here. Potato salad. How you doing, baby? So I just want to thank you all for all your help and your donations. In Jesus' mighty name, y'all be blessed. What a plates at, Mom? They right here. It's on that end, and then I got some more plates in here.
God bless you. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless y'all. There's more plates in here. What did I do? What we do with the plates? I got to sign off because I got to put my music on.
Wow, you know what? That was so beautiful and moving.
She's amazing.
You're beautiful. And I want to say this. There's so much. I'm really happy. Oh, she's not even in here. Damn. Sis, we couldn't hear you. Hold on. We have a real issue with homelessness and hunger right here in the United States. So, to see you doing that for those people, and that's quality food, and it's coming out of your pocket, and everybody that's joining in, it's not the government doing it.
Right.
So I have so much love and respect. It's so moving to just keep doing that.
Can I also tell you this? I went to my grandmother is 90 years old, and I went to San Diego to go visit her. She's still in her right mind, everything. Her mind is so sharp. So I go down there to go visit her. So I went down there, and this homeless down there in San Diego. I got items while I was there. The hotel room that I was in, I cooked food in there to make up plates for the homeless out there also. So everything that I did here when I'm in Arizona, while I'm here, when I go wherever I travel to, I take it with me. I do it there also. I cater to the homeless on out of town.
You are so amazing.
Yep. But I have a heart for them.
Thank you so much, and please, family, again, make sure you donate to this sister. Get in touch with her. Oh, that was your Facebook, by the way. Let me see if I can I'm gonna take this and copy and paste it into the chat. Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
To
So
God be the glory. I give God all the glory for this. And
yeah.
I don't like I've said, I don't want no self glory or none of that. I don't take it's Him that I live and move and have my being. He give me the heart to do it. I'm just a willing vessel. Is all I am. It's just a willing vessel, and not a perfect vessel, but I'm willing.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, Miss Tina. Again, it's Hidden Treasures #7. Hidden
Yeah,
Treasures 7.
yeah.
And
Hidden Treasure 7.
a nonprofit organization in Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to be hearing more from you. I'm going to bring you back on. We're definitely going to keep building. I love you. You know we
I
have
love you
history,
too. I
and
appreciate you so much.
you are so awesome. And you can, again, we're gonna close the show out, but you can sing yourself out, sis.
Okay.
I'll call you after I close down. Really, I'm probably
Okay.
gonna eat something first before I call
Okay.
you.
Okay.
But I love you so much,
All
Tina.
right. Love you too. It was nice meeting you all. Thank you.
Yes, Miss
Thank
Tina.
you.
All right.
Oh, and Tina.
Yes. Yes.
I want you to also get with me about the barber, the haircuts. Let the people know real quick, but I want you maybe come back on and talk about what you're gonna be doing with the haircuts. Talk real quick on that, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah. I went to the barbershop. I went to the barbershop yesterday. I went to the barbershop yesterday, and the guys at the barbershop, they want me to let them know when I'm going out there because they would like to be involved. They want to go and do haircuts. They said they want to go and do haircuts. So they said, and when I went in there to ask for the donations, they said, are you sure you're going to be doing? I said, man, boy, I don't play. I said, I got to answer to my father. I said, I ain't playing with this. And then he said, because we were just talking about what you're talking about when you came in here. They said we wanted to do this. And now you show up. So and I've been writing that I wanted to have like people to go out there to be able to do haircuts. It's like it's bigger than what people think. It's bigger than that. I mean, I see replenishing that whole area where they can we're making it to their own little village. Cause one of the guys said, we like, and they call it the zone. They call it the zone for themselves because it is the zone. It's a whole different atmosphere out there. And I tell you, if you ever go out there, you won't be the same. You'll come out, you won't be the same. You'll have a whole different mindset about life, period.
Is that the only area you go to? Because that's where the cemetery is, right?
Exactly.
So is that the only area you go to?
No, you know what? It's 2 areas. They have an area that's away from there. It's on Grant. They have another area that's like on 9th Avenue and Grant. So it's 2 locations. But I try to do both sides. So what I do now is I make enough food to be able to cater to both sides. And like sometimes I feel like, well, okay, I don't have enough to be able, because it's like a larger group of them and then it's a smaller group. So I said, I don't have enough to be able to, so I take turns. I said, well, I fed them, they ate real good, for them 2 days over there. So I'm gonna go on this side today. So they all can, so they can get used to me, and they all, when I pull up, they know that van when it pulls up. They know that that's mama in that van. And then when one of my sons told me, he said, I said, do anybody else bring food? He said, yeah, they bring food out here. He said, sometimes somebody had the nerve to take a box of kale and vegetables in a plastic bag and just dump them right there. Just dump the box. I said, okay, so how are they supposed to be frying all this kale and cooking all this food? So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? So one of the girls out there was helping me. I took all them boxes of kale that they put out there and I took them home and I cooked it. And I took it back out and made a meal out of it. And I took it back out there and fed them with it.
Wow, Miss Tina, I love you. Peace and blessed power to this sister. Much blessings to you. Continue to be blessed. We will keep in touch with you. See yourself out, and I'm gonna contact you later today because I know you're cooking and you're heading out there today. You're heading out there today.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where I'm going.
We love and we love you and we respect you and we need
Thank
more
you.
sisters like you. All right, sis, have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful
To
evening. I'll
God
talk
be
to
the
you
glory.
later. All right,
Okay,
yes.
y'all.
Almighty be the glory. Peace. Peace and blessings. Wow, y'all. There you have it. What do you guys think? Before we close out, anybody, come on, feed it.
She's amazing. I donated. I cashed up her. Yeah, she's amazing. I love that.
Thank you, Letitia. What about y'all? What about you, Sister Nova? You're here. Because you know, Sister Nova, you know what I'm thinking when I'm hearing her talk, I kind of keep gravitating to you because I want you to talk about your position where you are with your faith. I have a lot of love and respect for you. I'm wondering what's going on. I understand, like, we all have different faiths. Like, even the sister's faith, she's a particular Christian. I don't subscribe fully to that faith, but we all have a higher power that we believe in. We have a faith that we have. So I keep on going to you, I think, because I want to hear. She's got such a strong foundation that really pushed her forward in her services and in her mission. What are you thinking when you hear that? I want to pick your brain on that, Sister Noble. You're muted.
I mean, what little bit I could hear. Because I kept having technical difficulties over here, I guess, and then some hail just came down. So I think that was my internet service. But what little bit I did hear, I applaud the sister on all of her efforts, on all of her work, on her heart, because I can tell you that many people don't have that in them. They don't have the type of empathy that many people don't have that kind of empathy for, people that are less fortunate, for people that are homeless. And even if say you do have, empathy, are you willing to get out there and sacrifice yourself, your time, your effort, your energy toward helping the homeless, toward helping people that are struggling mentally, or helping people struggling on drugs, helping people who are struggling on drugs? See what I'm saying? Because our community has a lot of issues, from drug addictions to mental health issues. Okay, so I applaud the sister on all her efforts. And what's the next part of that question you asked?
No, mostly because I was just wondering, because when you hear her talking about where it comes from, because it comes from her Christian faith, I see it, and you answered it. You don't focus on that too much, or do you? Like, when you hear that, being a former Christian, having your book, by the way, go get God on, shout your book out, God on Trial, right? I have the book.
There's some type of noise. There's some type of noise, and it's cutting in and out, and it's very hard for me to
It's
hear.
what I was telling her about 15 minutes ago. It's Napah sound. It's terrible.
Yeah. I'm trying to hear you, and something
We
just
can hear you, but it's very glitchy.
Yeah,
I can barely hear you.
And like I can barely hear you.
Okay,
I mean, I hear parts of what you're saying.
But you answered the question pretty much. You don't put a lot of weight on religion, but you do see where the spirit of the person comes from. That's what I'm hearing from you, right?
Girl,
You
say
said
that
you see
again.
where the spirit of the person comes from. You don't put a lot on religion.
Yeah.
But actually, I'm gonna close the stream out. We've been going for an hour and 37 minutes. Sister Noble, go ahead and I hope you can hear me saying that. Go ahead and shout your book out.
Can you
shout your book out?
Yes,
Letitia, can you rephrase what Napah just said? Because I can barely hear Napah.
She said, "Go ahead and close out and shout your book out."
Okay. God is on trial. How religion keeps humanity under mind control and fear. Now available on Amazon Kindle for $3.99. If you have not purchased your copy today, you may download it on your phone on Amazon Kindle, $3.99. Also, the paperback is $13.99. It is available on BarnesandNoble.com and iUniverse.com. Once again, God is on Trial. How Religion Keeps Humanity Under Mind Control and Fear is available. I wrote this book. Well, you know, I started writing this book in 2017, but it was under another title at that time. It was under another title entitled The African Holocaust in the New World. That was the original title, The African Holocaust in the New World. And then my mother passed in October of that same year, and I stopped writing the book. Then I started back writing the book in 2019. And I wanted to talk about my experience as a former believer. I wanted to talk about how I felt about, you know, my upbringing in the church. And even though I feel like the church did save me, I can tell you that, from a lot of stuff. The church saved me from, you know, a lot of things that I could have been involved in. Okay, because, you know, back in the 80s, you know, the crack epidemic was really bad back in the 80s. And I remember I was following behind a cousin of mine. You know, I used to, you know, follow behind her, go places with her, you know, and she was the one that got me to drink some beer with her one time. She was the one, you know, that almost got me to go inside a club with her at one time when I was 12 years old, by the way. And I remember that because shortly after that, I started going to church with my auntie. That's how I remember I was 12 years old at the time when her and me and a friend were standing outside of a club outside. Okay, and I almost went up there. I almost went inside that club with her. I'm glad I didn't, but I know after that, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go home, you know, and I went home, and I lived on Mason Turner Drive at that time. But anyway, I started going to church with my auntie shortly after, and then I joined, you know, the church that I used to attend when I was 13 years old, and I was a member there, and I'm still a member there. I'm still on the books as a member, you know. And I left Christianity in early 2019 because, well, you know, it just wasn't working for me anymore. I was at a different point, you know, mentally. I was at a different place in my life, you know, and this religion just wasn't enough. Y'all understand it? It wasn't enough for me.
Oh yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, it wasn't doing anything for me. I'm talking about traditional Christianity, and it wasn't doing anything for me. And I didn't see my life changing. I did not see things getting any better for me in my life. I know I was depressed at that time. I was having suicidal thoughts at that time. And you know, I was looking for Jesus. I ain't gonna lie, I was looking for Jesus to come and you know, see about a sister. Okay. Now, you know, I left the church because I got tired of going there, sitting there week after week, talking about the same thing, and nothing was changing. Nothing was improving in my life. I look at the people, and nobody was being healed. Nobody was being delivered from any disease or anything. Nobody was being delivered from sickness, you know, from, you know, any sort of illness or any sort of problems that was you know, that was really devastating in their life. No, I didn't see nobody being healed and delivered. So, girl, I just
Hold
said,
on, I
you
don't
know
know
what?
if you can hear me there. Let me mute you off. Thank you, Sister Noble. We're gonna get to that story on another stream. I didn't mean to mute you out.
Okay.
I'm trying to say something. You can't hear me. Can you guys hear me right now?
You're muffled, but I can hear you.
Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna close the stream out because I'm gonna have to. She can't hear me, so I'm not trying to, you know, be disrespectful or anything. But she couldn't hear me, and I don't want her to keep going and going. We gotta get to that story again about her journey, but get to her book, get her book, and read about it. And You know, it's very interesting. She talks about all that she's saying right now. I do want you to close out. I'm gonna go around. I see you joined late, Pashai. That's okay. Letitia, go ahead and let people know. They say they can't hear me, so let people know if you can hear me or not. Let people know where to find you, and then we'll pass it around because I'm gonna go ahead and close the stream out.
Okay, as always, Napah, thank you for letting me be here. This was a great stream. Shout out to the sister out there working with the homeless. That's amazing.
Hi.
And ladies, it was nice sitting on the panel with you. You can find me on Instagram at Melanin Legacy.
Yes. Thank you, sis. All right, Juana, close out. Let us know where people can find you. I know you have a YouTube and a Facebook, sis.
Is it my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can be found at Judah Gad Girl on Instagram and YouTube, Wonderwana. And I don't know if Napah knows, but I actually have a book too. Can you see this?
I didn't know you had a book.
It's called Girlfriends and the SHH instead of SHIT. We go through. You got to read it. You can't put it down once you start. That's what everybody tells me. So make sure you can get this on Kindle, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. You can Google it, and it's everywhere.
Oh, I did not know you had a book too. Wow, we got to catch up, Letitia. We got to get our books out there. We have 2 authors on the panel with us.
Right.
That's beautiful. So, did they put Sister Noble? You said you can't hear me, and you guys can barely hear me, but okay, you have her cash out. Put
I
Sister
can hear you
Noble.
now.
Oh, you can hear me great. Can you guys
I
put
can hear you
Juana's?
now.
Okay, great, sis. I'm gonna let you close out. You closed out pretty much. But Juana's book. Juana, can you put that in the link in the chat? Because we need people to go get that. I gotta get that. All right, I love you guys. Bashai, what in the world are you coming in last minute? You better be glad I love you.
I know, I apologize. Emergency situations, but I enjoy listening to her talk about the feet of people at the shelter and stuff like that. Amazing story. And I'm definitely about to order these women's book right here. I have to order your books. I'm so excited.
I mean, because I'm not. See, real quick, I'm not trying to cut you off, Sister Noble, but Sister Noble's story, we did an interview with with her. Go back and look at one of our sisters. We did a sister sit down, and we're going to have to take give her time. During the stream, I want to share this stream with Miss Tina, let her get it out there. But during the stream, I was just thinking about Sister Noble because of her book, because of her journey. I promise, I keep saying this, we're going to bring Sister Noble back onto the HOK platform and let her just go and talk more. There's more to her. We haven't gotten into the depth of her. So I don't want to cut you off like that, sis, but you couldn't hear me. I apologize.
I just want to add. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
No.
No, I just want to add that since I came on NapahShadah the first time to talk about my book, that I'm definitely somebody who believes that there is life beyond the grave. And I know that there is life beyond the grave. It's not that I believe, I know that there is life beyond the grave. I know that that my mom visits me. I know it because I see her all the time in my dreams. My grandmother is with her. Her and my mother are together. My grandma and my mom are together. So, I just wanted to add that because a lot of people think that I'm an atheist, and I never said I'm an atheist. I'm agnostic. I never said that I'm an atheist. But see,
that's what I was trying to pull out of you. But
yeah.
We need to close this stream down, but you're right. We need to talk about that. I'm going to try to get you on the panel. But maybe Alexis, maybe we can take it up with Netta, but we're going to do it. So I have a lot of love and respect for you. We're going to talk more. All of the sisters here are so interesting. Pashai, we're going to talk more with you next weekend. We'll do another stream of Sister Sipdown. I love you, sisters. Peace and black power. I love you, family. I'm going to close out. I think Netta is going live later. Y'all probably can't even hear me because I'm being told that my skin is garbled and all choppy joining this sit down. And